What's up, y'all? It's me. I'm back with another video. I know it's been a long time, but here I am, postpartum. No baby, no bump. I don't even think I posted really. I didn't really post too much when I was pregnant, but today is, what is today? Today is August 29th. Today is Katrina's anniversary. Hurricane Katrina it is. But I come to y'all with a different background, in a different space, with a different smile and a different face, and I got boss. So I wanted to like address some things that happened recently. Number one thing being me having the baby. So I have footage of that. I just haven't put it together yet. I'm gonna start chopping everything up and make it into a video. But I just wanted to, because after I had the baby, everybody was asking questions on Instagram like, how did I do it? Did it hurt? You know, how long was I in labor? And I'm ready to share that stuff with y'all now. So I was initially supposed to make a video before I had the baby about my birth plan. So right now I'm going to just go through my birth plan with y'all, and I have it on my phone, so if I look down a lot, that's why. So I'm just going to go through my birth plan with y'all and tell y'all like if I did it or like what happened with everything. So the first thing I want to start off with, of course, is getting ready. So I planned to take my placenta home, which I did. Right now it's currently in my mother's deep freezer at her house. I was prepared with a hospital go bag, and I had plethora of outfits for baby. Then I had diapers and stuff, but they gave me a whole bunch of it at the hospital, diapers and wipes. And then I had like all kind of birth cloths and nookies and things like that. And for myself, I packed myself 2 nightgowns. Like I bought some leak protective panties. Then I had like a really good nursing bra that I bought from Walmart, and some other, like another little zip up gown, some house slippers and stuff like that. Just, you know, stuff to take care of yourself, including like soap, stuff for your hair, toothbrush, toothpaste. Like I had coconut oil and cocoa butter, shea butter. I had those things with me because that's what I put on my body to like moisturize in general. Oh, and make sure you have some damn chapstick because whew, you'll need it. So my delivery was vaginal. Oh yeah. So I planned to have a vaginal delivery, and I had a vaginal delivery. No stitches, like nothing. And with Kane, I did go natural. With Kane, I went natural as well, but I ended up getting 1 stitch. Kane was 6 pounds, 11 ounces, and Aragon, which was a boy, because we never found out the gender of the baby until we had him. Aragon came out 8 pounds, 11 ounces. He was 2 exact pounds, like, bigger than Kane. I didn't even have not 1 stitch, and it was amazing. For personal comfort, I would like to wear my glasses or contacts and to stay hydrated with clear liquids and ice chips. So I didn't want to be struggling with my glasses, so I had my contacts on. And water is what I drink anyway, so I had a lot of water all the time. And because I had a thing when I was anemic before, and like I suffered with eating ice. So, and you know hospitals have the best ice, so it was a struggle for me to stop eating ice. So for me to get ice in the hospital, which I was very excited, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to eat ice again. But when I started like trying, it's just not even enough for me to do no more. But they did give me ice chips, but I just was like drinking the water versus me eating ice. So I'm proud of myself for doing that. Also, they said to help me relax, I would like minimal sound, heat packs, fans, which I had none of that. Luckily, so when it came to me having a baby, the day of he came the day before his due date, and that morning I was suffering with contractions really bad. So I knew that I was going into labor that day. Like I knew it was happening, and I watched my contractions go from being 17 minutes apart to 12 and 13 minutes apart, like within an hour. So I delivered at 7:14, and I didn't go to the hospital until 5 o'clock. So me and Quentin went to the hospital once my contractions were 5 minutes apart, and I have all that on footage. And so when I got there, it only took literally 2 hours. But the only thing is my water bag didn't bust, So my doctor had to like physically bust the water bag, and once she did that, the baby came out with no problem. So technically I did have minimal sound because nobody had really made it to the hospital yet. Only people that was there when I delivered was my best friend Kiara, my brother Raheem, my mom Quentin, and Quentin mom. But of course Kiara and Raheem left out the room, and my mom, my mother-in-law, and Quentin stayed in when I delivered. And then once that happened, then everybody came afterwards. So in the whole process of me actually being in labor, it was only 4 people in the room. Them 2 hours I was there, and I mean they were talking, so it was kind of loud. So never mind, it wasn't minimal because I was about to put all them out. But then like, shut up, they were too loud to me because I was just going through it. So it was like, I need silence. But I mean, I managed to deal with them being in there. During delivery, I would like the following people with me. So yeah, I had my husband, my mom, my mother-in-law. So that's all that mattered. Then they also said about having no interns and students. Unfortunately, they did. And I'm like a very open person, so I understand people have to get their experience and stuff like that. So once it was time, even though I didn't get to say no, I don't want any students or interns, they were already in there, and it is what it is. Like, I was a little upset because I didn't get. So when she came, she put my it was a student. She put the IV like in my hand. Oh, and it hurted so bad. It was irritated like really, really bad. And after I had the baby, like a couple weeks later, I still was having the same pain in my hand. So like, if you can get your IV somewhere else when you're going into labor, I would recommend it because this is like the worst spot. So it said I preferred my water break to be natural. Unfortunately, it wasn't because I made it all the way. By the time I made it to the hospital, I was 6 centimeters, and that was 2 hours before I delivered. And within an hour, not even, I don't know how long it was, but them contractions started hitting like really, really fast. So, but my water bag can never bust. So by the time my doctor got there, she had to make it there like 7 o'clock or like 7:05 or, you know, like maybe 7:10. I don't even know. But when she bust my water bag, he came straight out. Like, it was the weirdest thing how fast it happened. So yeah, that didn't break naturally. I had assistance. I prefer to spend the first stage in the bathtub. So because I went to the hospital when my contractions was 5 apart. When I was at home, at least, I was doing a lot of walking. Well, not really walking. I was standing, squatting, and I did take a shower. So I was like in the shower with hot water on my back to help with my contractions as well. So that really helped. The second stage, squatting. So like I said, I did squat as well in that. It said to manage discomfort with a birthing ball. I have a ball, but I didn't use it in the hospital. I didn't even use it the day I delivered. I was using it before because I had problem with my sciatic nerve. So that, you know, I didn't really use the ball at all. It said ball and squatting bar. So I did have the squatting bar. I have footage of me like in the hospital using the squatting bar, and it was really cool. They connected it to the actual bed, and I was able to stand and, well, not stand, but squat in the bed. It was so dope. The way that the bed was able to like level off to where I can actually squat on the bed and then hold the bar, and I enjoyed that. They also put me on, because by me going natural and I wanted to walk around, I wanted to have freedom. The plan was to not have me have the baby being monitored. So they ended up coming with a wireless kind of thing that they put on my stomach to watch the baby and my contractions and stuff like that. So that was really awesome. So they got to still monitor the baby while I was walking around, going to the restroom, and just squatting and all that within those 2 hours. I prefer to manage pain with breathing techniques, distraction therapy, water, bath, shower. I did none of those. When it came to my pain, I just dealt with it, and it was simple as that. I did have one question because the contractions were like, as they started coming fast, I told you they were 5 minutes apart when I made it to the hospital. So by the time I was there, they was coming faster. I remember at one point they were like 2 minutes apart, but I promise you it felt like the same. It felt like it just was going on longer and longer. And I remember asking the nurse, like, will my contractions ever be longer than a minute and like a half? Because if they are, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And she was like, oh no, the longest you'll get is like a minute and 30 seconds. So, you know, and because I had already been dealing with it, I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep, you know, I'm gonna thug it out or whatever, which I did. So that's all I did. I kept trying. I was breathing as long as my mom always reminds me, like, just breathe, because I will forget to breathe. So I will say that I did do breathing techniques. I like fetal monitoring to be, well, I told y'all I was monitored with this Bluetooth wireless type thing that they stuck to my skin. But once I started having my contractions too fast, I was sweating. So eventually I sweat those things off, and they weren't able to monitor until I actually delivered them. Okay, so it said delivery plans for baby. In the first moments, I like to be coached when to push and for how long. Have my partner catch the baby, use a mirror to see the baby, and to have photographers and photographs and videos be taken. We have a camera, and Quentin completely forgot to record the birth process. But afterwards they were like recording and taking pictures and stuff like that. He did not catch the baby, but my doctor was there. Like, he was there holding me. My doctor was there also telling me when to push and to relax, and how to push and hold my legs up and stuff like that. So that actually helped, because I was like really so what they were telling me was that I was fighting the baby. Like, he was trying to come out, but I was holding him back. I don't know how, but I was like pushing but not pushing. Like, oh, you know, it was crazy, but it was fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. I wanted delayed cord clamping, and I wanted Quentin to cut the cord. So with the delayed cord clamping, that means that after I delivered Aragon, he just sat on my chest until the blood in the umbilical cord stopped pulsating, like inside of the actual placenta. So I think that was maybe like another 5 minutes, maybe if 5 minutes. But once I delivered the placenta, they let him stay attached to it until the placenta stopped pulsing. Once he did that, then Quentin came in, he cut the cord, and they started to package my placenta up to be taken home. But we already had like a cooler and ice and Ziploc bags and all that stuff, but they actually prepared everything for us, and they basically put it in the cooler and everything. So Quentin just had to bring it home at the end of the day to be frozen. Would I like to hold my baby first? And yes, I did. Immediately once I delivered, he was put skin to skin on my chest, and he was the most beautiful thing. They asked how I like to feed my baby. I started, oh, he's waking up. I'm trying to make this sad because I don't want to wake up. But I did breastfeed him, and it was like really maybe about 5 minutes after he delivered. He didn't get any bottles and no sugar water. I don't know if people give this sugar water like when they're fresh out, but he just got the breast. So it said, I would like baby's first bath to be given by a partner and or me. His first bath was maybe at about 8-9 o'clock that night, and it was given by the nurse. I was still in bed, but by that time all our family was in the room. His godparents were there, and the nurse bathed him. So we have footage of him actually getting his first bath. Daddy washed everything. I would like my baby to stay in my room during the day. I kept Aragon the entire night. The second night they came got him at 12 o'clock in the morning to do his 24-hour checkup to see how he was doing and everything. So that he was gone for maybe two hours. I breastfed, so they had to bring him back for me to feed him. And at that time he was cluster feeding, so he was like every 30 minutes he was on, you know. So they took him for 2 hours, and when he came back he was like hungry. It also says newborn procedures. I would like medical exams and routine procedures performed in my presence, delayed until after bonding and breastfeeding. So right after he was, nothing got done with Aragon until he had his first bath, which was about 9 o'clock that night. Again, he was born at 7:14, so that was like 2 hours later. So we got to spend time with him, everybody, you know, before getting his first bath, getting his weigh and all that kind of stuff done. Let's see. I prefer antibiotic eye drops immediately after birth, but he didn't get, I think he got, no, he did get all that stuff. His eyes was all, well, maybe it wasn't at 9. It might have been earlier than that, but I remember his eyes being all shiny and new looking. I prefer immunizations postponed until later time. So we do not give our kids shots. Kane got shots up to the age of 2, and he haven't received anything yet. anything since. Aragon only got the vitamin K, I believe. It might be in here. He only got the vitamin K shot, and that was it. So they've been pressing about him getting like Tdap and me getting vaccinations, and we're not believers in that. That's a really controversial subject, so I'd rather not go there, but we don't do it. And kudos to people who do it. Kudos to you if you don't do it. I'm not judging nobody. You know, this is my life. This is how I chose to live. My husband and my kids, so we good. I prefer vitamin K immediately orally, but they don't do it oral no more, so you have to get the vitamin K shot. If my baby is a boy, I prefer to have him circumcised. Aragon was circumcised the day we left the hospital, which was the Thursday. He was born Tuesday, and I chose to stay in the hospital for 2 days, which I could have went home that Wednesday, but I went home Thursday, and he got his circumcision done that Thursday. And he did not get it done in my presence. That's actually a very funny story about getting circumcised, but we'll talk about that another time. Complications: if I am past my due date, I would like to induce labor, only if my baby was in stress, but he came 5 hours before his due date, so he was good. I would like to be induced in my labor. I would like to induce my labor with Pitocin. This is only if the baby was to come early, and if labor or delivery interventions are needed, I prefer to have procedures discussed with me in advance and to try perineal massage, warm compresses, and positioning. Like I said, all of these are in the event the baby does not come on time, and these are the steps that we're going to take. But he came 5 hours early, and everything was well. My baby was born. It was a boy. He was born on June 26th. So if I say my mind, he was born June 26, 2019. He weighed 8 pounds, 11 ounces, and was 21.5 inches long. And Aragon is a Cancer. And if you are into zodiac as I am and my family are, then you know Cancers are a handful. So right now he's sleeping. I try to record when he's sleeping. I thought he was probably gonna do like a special, try to come get in the scene because I got his mama right here waiting on him, but he didn't. So I'm able to wrap this video up in a nick of time, and I am grateful. This is my first one in a while, so thank y'all for having me, and I'm sure to bring y'all more before I go back to work, hopefully, and we get this ball rolling again. But thank y'all for watching.
Say love don't fail. Oh, don't fail.